Most of the time when you take medication, there's a list of side effects, and those can range from very mild to crazy off the chart. But at least in most cases, those side effects are only temporary. As a Christian, there are side effects of following Jesus, and instead of being temporary, they're supposed to be permanent. One such example is joy. In John 15, verse 11, Jesus says, "These things I have spoken to you, that my joy might abide or remain in you, and that your joy might be full." You see, Jesus tries to teach us here that it is His joy that needs to remain in us. We try to create joy in our lives with lots of things that simply really don't have that permanent effect. But with Jesus, there is a permanent effect of joy for our hearts and our lives. And notice Jesus says, "It is my joy." In chapter 14, he talked about my peace I give to you. Now he says, my joy I'm giving to you because of the things I have said to you. So we take and find joy in the words of Jesus. That's what he said. "These things I have spoken to you, that my joy might remain in you." And instead of being temporary, like it is when we try to create it, it's permanent. It's long-lasting. It remains. It abides. It is His joy. We only find true joy, true lasting joy in Jesus. And there's something else we have to consider. Jesus is speaking these words about joy and peace from the previous chapter, but especially about joy in John 15:11, in the very shadow of the cross. Jesus is talking about joy when death is but a few hours away, suffering and immense persecution, and finally His crucifixion. And Jesus talks about joy. You see, that's long-lasting, that's permanent, that's the kind of joy that remains in spite of the circumstances. That's why James 1, verse 4 says, "Count it all joy when you fall into various trials." When you have problems, when we have the joy of Jesus abiding in us, we can face them like Jesus.